Hello, 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 hello. Good Tuesday. Hope you had a great day. Welcome back, Hustler. Hope you had a great day. Today is Tuesday and is also the day that we will finish the character. Well, we will finish the main character, let's say. We've been working on the armor. We blocked out the armor last week, and then I guess, what do you call it, like refined the individual armor pieces over the weekend mostly. Today, or yesterday, we created the cape, and today we're going to finish the character off by finishing the mask, the sort of cloth that he wears over his head, over his face, and then also the hat that he's wearing. Both quite simple pieces. I'm not quite sure how long it's going to take, which means we might have some more time to, I don't know, either just add some small details to the armor, or we can go to the next part, which would be creating the scythe. I think what I want to do is I probably want to make, like, turn the creation of the scythe into its own sort of series of streams. I'll probably work on it over the weekend as well, but maybe we can start working on the scythe tomorrow. So today we're just gonna, look, basically check that everything's ready to go, and ready or done basically. We could add some more small details, but overall we're gonna finish the character today. Yeah. So of course, as I said before, creating the mask and creating the hat. Of course, before we do that though, we're gonna go back to the good old quick sketch. Who would have thought? So if you only want to see the quick sketch, or you only want to see the Reaper mask and hat modeling workflow or creation, whatever you want to call it, you can go into the description, and in the timeline there should be timestamps. Yeah. So I wanted to continue for the quick sketch. I wanted to continue working with something more sci-fi, more hard surface, and that's what we're going to do today as well. So let's get into Blender and look at what we have today. There you go. Look at this chunky boy or girl, you never know, or creature looking very suspicious with this triangle or diamond shape between his eyes. Yeah, this will be our quick sketch for today. It's quite simple, I think, when you kind of look at the shape. You can always add more detail, but in general, I guess the most basic shapes are quite simple, which is good for a quick sketch. So we shouldn't, hopefully it doesn't, give us too many trouble. And then we're going to go back to the Reaper and finish him off. Finish him, let's say. Finish the main part. Maybe if we have some more time, we could work on the floor. The floor, we don't really have a floor right now, so we can think about what we could do there. If it should be like, I don't know, bricks or whatever. We can think about that when we get there. But let's begin with the quick sketch. Everything's ready, I think. The timer's ready. Nope, I need to set the timer back to 30 minutes because I yesterday forgot to start it. There you go. And then ready. Perfect. Okay. So I would say we can begin the quick sketch in 3, 2, 1. And 3, 2, 1, go. Perfect. Okay. Immediately starting with the quick sketch. So as you can see, the model or the reference is quite simple. Sort of like a mask in front of, in the normal head. I want to pull this forward just very, very slightly, so that we can, I kind of want to keep the sphere shape as much as possible, because I'm going to show you why. First of all, I'm going to make the front a little bit wider here, and then there you go. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? There you go. Perfect. I've been pretty good. Nothing crazy going on. A little bit of stress because of a project that has to be done tomorrow, but we're basically done. Or at least we want to give it to the client for approval, and then we're done. Hopefully, if there are no big concerns with them, or any feedback that we need to change some stuff. If that's the case, we still have like one or 2 days to do that, so it shouldn't be a big deal. But you never know. So yeah, but overall pretty chill. It seems like the short that I made about the style of Final Fantasy was quite I don't know, popular, I guess. So yeah, as I asked in the Discord, we could probably make like a, you know, like a series going over different art styles, whether it is maybe, yeah, probably sticking to 3D for now at least. Maybe even, you know, going over like, oh hey, how you can turn this style into 3D. That could probably also be pretty cool. But yeah, I definitely want to go into something like, oh, how do you, you know, what are the key characteristics of this art style? I think that could be pretty interesting, pretty cool. And yeah, we're gonna probably do that at some point in the near future. Problem is, every time you know, every time I go watch videos, or I just, you know, go to Pinterest, I always see like cool characters or whatever, where I want to make like one of these figurines out of as well, just like the Reaper figurine. But of course, that, you know, they take a little bit of time. So I don't know, maybe we can do them once a month or so. Because I don't think, you know, yet now that I've created one, or at least the armor, I kind of know how long it's going to take if I work on it over the weekend as well. So you know, this character having a lot of armor and very complex armor on top of that, you know, it'll probably be a little bit, you know, it'll probably be quicker to do it now, especially because I, you know, learned some things about the workflow and how to improve it, that we probably don't need that much time next time, because I think we've been working on this for I don't even know, like more than a month now, maybe even 2. And if possible, I would like to reduce that even maybe to less than a month. That would be pretty cool. Maybe even a week would probably be not enough, but you know, you never know how much you can push it. I remember one of my first videos on my video channel was speedrunning Minecraft in Blender. I basically just tried to create the Minecraft dirt block in Blender as fast as possible, and I came down to, I think, 40 seconds, or maybe even less, maybe 30 seconds. And yeah, you know, I think I started with like a minute 30 or so, and then, you know, I came all the way down to 30 seconds, so you can always push it more and more and more. So yeah, you never know how far you can get it, especially if we use stuff like base meshes, you know. Speeding up retopology is a big part about, you know, speeding up the process. Then stuff like how to model your armor, for example, using poly modeling more than sculpting will probably speed up the process as well. Stuff like that can very easily speed up your modeling process. Okay, so we have the head here. There you go. I'm gonna do it in layers. So this is the first layer, and then we need a second layer. Pretty simple. That's why I didn't want to break the silhouette. I mean the sphere, because now I can just grab another layer, and then we have all 3 layers that we need. So his eyes are somewhere over here. There you go. Perfect. Maybe we can push them even further out. They kind of need some more space around them. Apparently the music's just stopped for some reason. Unbelievable. But I'm gonna allow it for now. Hopefully it'll come back. There it is. Okay. So quiet, I can't even hear it really. But we have to endure that for now. Okay. We're gonna stop it there, I think. Yeah, that's interesting. Then we're gonna go ahead. Do a little bit more. There you go. Want to get a base mesh for head sculpt, but I feel like you learn less unless you do it from scratch. Yeah, that's always how I thought about it as well. I always like using, of course, it's always faster to use base meshes, and I've used one for 1 or 2 characters, but it always feels less like it just feels weird. it is faster, but you kind of feel like you you didn't really do it yourself, and it's a weird feeling because it's kind of, you know, justify that you use it because, you know, you don't want to spend like ages every time creating a character. But I don't know, the feeling is just weird. But I guess that's just something you have to kind of get over, and then you're good. It's just weird. But yeah, that's why I haven't really used the character for this model. But what I kind of thought about is once we have one character where we've basically went through the entire workflow, I think then, you know, you can say after the next one, or, you know, doing another one, you can probably, you know, speed up the process a little bit. Because if somebody, you know, wants to know more about the process, you can say, hey, I did it before with, of course, that would only be like, you know, regarding me. But I thought about, you know, the thought process was the same before I started streaming. Yeah, it kind of felt like cheating. Although it is not really, it's just saving time, but because you've done it before, you know. But my thought process then was always like, oh, well, you know, maybe if you don't do it for long enough, then you forget it, and then, you know, that's like always what I thought about. Which might not be really true, but, you know, I wanted to make sure that it's not the case, you know. If it's true, then, you know, I kind of have to relearn, which is always annoying. So why not just stick with, you know, what works and just do it every time. But, you know, when it comes to time, and especially I want to kind of respect the time that I use on stream for projects, I kind of want to speed it up probably. Because having like a project that runs for 2 to 3 months, maybe even a month, feels quite long. I think the sweet spot would be like 2 to 3 weeks. That would probably be the sweet spot. We've done some 1 week characters where we've only done like from scratch creating the character with including hair and the head and shoulders, but nothing really more than that. And yeah, you know, and I think speeding up the process a little bit to do more than just the head and shoulders, I think, can help there. Welcome back, Ukreru Cinepotencio, and welcome of Ofit. Sorry if that was the wrong pronunciation. These black lines, you mean these here? Those are for masks. Masks are basically like, I guess, well, okay, so I guess the best way to describe mask would be if you use masks, everything, so if you use the mask brush, which is this one right there, the white and black one, black means no effect, white or no black means full effect. So if we now painted black and then we use a brush, just like the clay strips brush, for example, and we paint over this black piece, nothing happens. But then if we go over to the other side, to where there's no black, you can see it gets affected by the brush. So everything that is black will not be affected by the brush. Everything that is not black will be affected by the brush. Of course, you can always smooth the brush so that you have like a gradient of an effect, so that it gets used more and more and more, but in the middle there's nothing. But this way you can very easily, for example, section off different parts of the model to only focus on those. So if I, for example, want to work on this mouthpiece here, I can select it like this. And then I can invert it so that everything is black except for this mouthpiece. And then, for example, what I can do is I can use my snake hook brush. If I would do it like this, I would pull everything out. But if I do it with the mask, I can only pull the mouthpiece out. That's why you use masks, basically, to section off different pieces and not have the problem of affecting too much of the sculpt with your brush at a time, basically. Mask, you know, I think I have quite a simple concept, but, you know, you have to know it first. And it's being used in quite a few programs, not only Blender, for example, in Photoshop as well. Like for example, there you can probably imagine like sectioning off different image parts of the image, or even hiding images. Parts of the image with masks is very useful as well. Okay, so we have these eyes here. Let me create a nice crease here. How much time do we have? 18 minutes. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep it there for now. We could probably go in here though and bring in a hole here. No, I'm gonna bring in the hole later. Let me just quickly check if everything looks good so far. I think the shape overall looks good. One more thing that I want to do is I want to make this front here a little bit flatter. So I'm gonna pull this out, and then I can smooth this out, make it flat like this. Looks kind of weird, but let's see if we can fix that. There you go. Okay. Maybe not perfect, but we're not going for perfect if we're doing a 30-minute quick sketch, okay? There you go. Okay. Maybe we can make this flat as well. That could probably help. There you go. Okay. Next up, let's add some more of the neck. The neck should be pretty simple. We're just going to grab a good old circle here. There you go. Maybe a little bit more here. Of course, if we have the neck, it would not only be the neck of the human that would be in the suit, but also part of the suit. You would probably not expose your neck if you have like this super chunky armor. So there needs to be some mass around the neck as well. So the neck itself with the armor needs to be quite thick. There you go. Okay, looking kind of weird right now. Looks like a tiki statue. Well, that's okay. Let's add some more armor on the sides here. There you go. Okay. I'm not going to focus too much on the armor here on the outside. I just want to kind of start off with something that it doesn't look like he's just, you know, naked with a helmet on, basically. I'm just going to do it like this, then go all the way around. Perfect. Add some more volume here, and then we have the layer of armor. We could also use a mask to do this, but... Oh, hold on. We need to enable front faces only, otherwise we affect the other side of the mesh as well, which we don't want to do, because we can see what happens. We destroy the mesh. There you go. Perfect. Looks kind of weird right now. Let's kind of refine the suit part. I think it's also too far back. We probably need to pull it forward a little bit. There you go. We can probably even bring it higher. You can see in the back he's wearing this super huge tank. So he probably needs like a raised neck piece here to actually attach it to his back. So let's bring it up here. There you go, nice and chunky. Perfect. And then to the front it gets thinner. Nice. Smooth it out some more. Okay. I think the neck is just overall too long. Let's push it up a little bit. We can see because we have the mass, we can just push it up without affecting the head. Perfect. There you go. That's way better. Yeah. It maybe even needs to go higher than the head itself. Yeah. Okay. Let's grab the crease brush. Kind of create some deeper parts here. Just kind of shaping the neck a little bit more. There you go. Okay, making some edges here sharper. And there you go. not only sharper, but also the surface is smoother. We see some wobbliness here. We have 30 minutes left, should be good enough. I don't want to spend too much time on the body, so I'm just gonna finish it up right here. Okay, let's go back to the head. You know what? No, yeah, we're gonna add these sort of pipes here as well. So we're just gonna do this, invert, grab the good old, whatever that thing is called, modifier brush I like to call it. There you go. We need some more geometry here. Perfect. Oh, what is that spike? Maybe a little bit too far out. Oh, why'd you do this? Okay, perfect. Nice. Maybe we should bring in the triangle. Of course, it could just be like a paint job, but you know, why not add it like this? If you can, why not? There you go. Okay. I don't think there's anything in the back, really. We could now go in here and use the next resolution of 50 and kind of go into more detail. Of course, I wanted to add the pipes, although, before we do that though, we can probably here make a quick backpack where they can be attached to, although we can't really connect them to the surface or to the mesh here in the back. Maybe we can kind of, I guess, allude to that. Let's see. Little backpack here. Little box. There you go. Nice and smooth. Okay. Now I will grab the good old mask brush once more and create these pipes. Or snorkels, whatever you want to call them. Grab it with the snakehook brush and then pull them back. Ooh. Nice down here and then back. We lose quite a lot of sort of thickness here because we use the smooth fall off, brush fall off, but that's okay. I think that still looks pretty good. We could add, you know, bring some more thickness in here just by adding some more volume here on the outside. I think that can help as well. Making sure that we don't remove the opposite side, the other side. Still having front faces only enabled. Yep, perfect. It gets thinner, but it's hard to avoid if we use a smooth fall off. I think that's good enough. Let's work on the rest some more. One thing that kind of that I see right now is that it looks very round. I think we can make it a little bit flatter or like thinner. There you go. That can probably help as well. And then let's go into more resolution. 50. 10 minutes left. Perfect. Let's go in here, give it some more resolution. And now we can go in here and create a nice mask to create the eyes. Suspicious looking eyes right here. There you go. He doesn't know what you're up to. He doesn't like it. There you go. Look at him. He looks kind of sad. I think his eyes need to kind of tilt down very slightly. There you go, that's better. Maybe a little bit too thick. Let's make it a little bit thinner. Okay, that's better. I think the eyes are also slightly not outwards turning, so let's actually push this in a little bit. Like this, and then we can pull the eyes outward. There you go, so they look forward a little bit more. Perfect. Da-da-da. Wait, can we just use the box selection? Oh. Aha. Perfect. Okay. Invert. Let's use the modifier brush again. Da-da-da. Perfect. Nice. Let's refine the edge here. Usually with this modifier brush, you basically only pull out the geometry, you don't add new one, even though you might have dynamic topology enabled. So that's why it looks so stretchy. There you go. Okay. Let's refine the edges here. Make a nice crease here, because the eyes are not part of the sort of main piece, main plate around or on the face. So we have to separate the two, like this. We can then also sharpen the edge here, not only with the crease brush, we can also use the good old fill brush that I like to use to sharpen the edges here. Look at that, perfect. Smooth it, perfect. We can do the same from here. Oh, not to go too far. Make everything nice and smooth. Really glad I discovered this fill brush, or all the smooth brushes, and how they really work, because they can be very, very useful, especially for scopes like these. Just trying to sort of add some more sharpness to everything and making it nice and smooth. Those brushes are very, very useful for that. Do the same here. We use the sharpen, no, what's the brush again? The okay, this was kind of like a nose, but that's, we're gonna we're gonna leave it there. Maybe we can smooth it here. That could help. Yeah, probably. There you go. Okay, let's work on the mouthpiece. We have 6 minutes left, so we might be able to add just a little bit more, you know, detail. There you go. Okay. We can probably add like 2 holes right here. Maybe add one sort of elevated piece right here in the middle. Maybe going all the way up. There you go. Add another hole here in the middle. Perfect. Okay. We can probably sharpen this edge here. This looks very, very rough right now. We can maybe use the fill brush again to do that. There you go. Make this sharper as well. We can use the smooth brush again. No, the scrape brush, right? To just scrape off all the excess geometry here. Make everything nice and smooth. And sharp especially. See how sharp it gets just because of the scrape brush. Perfect. Oh, I can't see anything. Okay. Let's work on the other edges here. I think they can use some sharpening as well. There you go. Very simple, very easy. You need to go. Oh no, something bad happened. Oh no. Hopefully, hope everything's good for you at least. Good luck, I guess. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Thank you for joining. Hope you can enjoy the rest of your day. There you go, nice and sharp. This sculpt is quite simple, so we don't need to you know, add too much detail, so we can kind of focus more on the overall, I guess you could say, resolution of the sculpt, which sometimes works or is more effective than actually focusing on details when it comes to making a sculpt look better. There you go. We can go in here, we use the scrape brush to kind of make this edge sharper. You can see how much it just transforms the look from this sort of jagged edge to this very, very clean looking one. Very simple, very easy. We do the same here. Scraping around the edge. Nice. Welcome back, Yanis. I'm not feeling incredibly horrendous. Thank you for asking. Hope you're not feeling awful today. Hope you had a not awful day. An unawful day. Almost done with the quick sketch. And we will today finish the character. At least the armor. We still have to do the weapon and his companion. But we will finish his armor today. The weapon and the companion shouldn't take too long because they're quite simple. Well, the scythe is quite complex, but you know, kind of reducing it into multiple shapes, it is quite simple. So it shouldn't take too long. And then, you know, hopefully at some point soon we can finish the entire thing. I'm excited for that. Yeah. There you go. Have you finished your animation yet? Another question. Not have you finished your, or have you did you work on your on your spacecraft? Now it's have you finished your animation yet? You know, you just can't tell me those things, you know. Otherwise, I'm just always gonna ask for them. You need to know that by now. There you go. Okay, let's finish. Do we really need to look at this? I think I want to work on the front some more. Let's see. We can probably give this a sharper edge here. There you go. Nice and sharp, perfect. And smooth it out. Do the same on this side. Oh, we affect the snorkel as well. Well, that's okay. There you go. We don't really see the back probably from where we're gonna render it, but that's okay. There you go. Let's you know, give these sort of pipes here some more love, and then we're through. I have 4 images ready. Oh, I mean, you can't just say you have something done and then not show it to me. Now I demand to see them, okay? It's not a want anymore, it's a demand. Oh. There you go, look at them. Looking like a Chad robot. Oh, we're done. Okay. It's quite simple, but I think it looks pretty cool. So let's do a quick render. Save it first. That might be a good idea to save. 233. Quick sketch. 233. Okay. You whispered them to me on Twitch. Oh no, I need to open Twitch. Okay, hold on. Let me when we render this, we're gonna look at it. So let me just quickly finish this and then we're gonna look at it. Nope. There you go. There you go. This sculpt is done. The coloring and lighting not. Oh, hello. Interesting. Guess we have to do it our own way. Oh. Sometimes if exact doesn't work, and exact is the standard function for, you can see, for the plugin, then switching it to fast works oftentimes. Sometimes both don't work, which, you know, I haven't really found a solution for that, but, you know, if this one works, I'm fine. We're fine. Okay. There you go. Look at him. Absolute chonker. We could maybe even give him glowing eyes, but that would probably be too much work. Let's leave it there. He fits perfectly into a square. That's nice. Okay, let's add some lights here. First of all, I'm gonna remove... Nope, bring down the color here in the background. That's pretty good. Penned. Collection. Which one? I guess this one? No, this one. Nope, maybe not. Okay, well then let's use the other one. There you go. Okay. Purple looks pretty cool, especially if we keep the background, but I always like to remove the background because it's sort of like too much color in my opinion. Okay. Let's see. So, starting with this one, where should we place it? This looks pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. I'm gonna leave it there. You can see basically everything sort of lit up that we need to see. Maybe we can bring it over here a little bit more. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, I don't know if I moved it at all. Then the lights here in the back. I like it when it illuminates the dark area, but not too much, that there's still a little bit of darkness. Let's see. Let's bring in the key or the rim light first. That's pretty good. Maybe we can reduce the size as well to make the rim light a little bit sharper. There you go, maybe even stronger. What about 3000? Oh, that's quite strong. There you go. I like that. And then we can bring back not the cube, but the color. Where should we place the color? That's pretty cool. Maybe down here. Oh, hold on. No, that doesn't look good. No, I kind of want to keep it on the dark side. Over here somewhere. What about this? Like this? Bring it to a different color. What color should we use? Maybe something like greenish. Poisonous green. Oh, that's quite strong. What about 2000? Oh, that's still pretty strong. What about 1000? I think that could work quite well. It sort of removes what I want to keep, though. Welcome back. Whatever, I'm drunk. Hope you enjoyed your Tuesday. Maybe we should bring it down to maybe like a 300. Maybe not 300,000. More like 300. so that it isn't too overtaking. I think that can work. I think that's okay. We're on top. No, I think below looks... The light looks just bad everywhere on this sculpt. You know what? I'm gonna place it there. There you go. Be fine with it or leave. Perfect. Render. Okay. Wait, I need the material. There it is, hopefully. Maybe it's the wrong one. We'll see. Do you use high focal length when sculpting? I use a focal length of 50 for no reason except I started with 50 and I never went higher or lower. I think 50 is like the minimum that you can use. And you can probably work with something like 80 as well, because what I've encountered sometimes is that when you work with a camera that is further away from the character looks a little bit different when you look at it in the normal, 50mm sort of view here, but then the camera is further away, which means it's basically like higher focal length. The character can look a little bit different, but I kind of got used to 50, and that's why I stuck with it. There might be problems with it. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but so far it worked, and maybe at some point I'll try higher values, like 120. 120 I think is to make really flat, like it's almost orthographic. You can see there's like a huge change. If we switch it back to 50, you can see the change. Zip. Oh, well, hold on. There you go. See? Maybe use the green light as the rim light. Welcome back. Welcome, D. Robert C. Hope you enjoyed your Tuesday. Okay, let's see if that looks good. So, the rim light just being white, of course, doesn't have to be that way. I had it here in the back before. The thing that I like about this is that we have a nice transition from white to the color. I think that looks better. Good suggestion. I like it. Yeah, I like it. We're gonna keep that. Okay, there you go. Bring in some more contours here, and there you go. Okay, maybe this light is sort of in the wrong position, or maybe we need to bring in one more light to just kind of light up this side a little bit more, not too much, just to kind of lighten the shadows. You can see the difference probably with 20. Oh, you can see it with 25 as well. See the huge difference here. Otherwise we kind of lose some surface here. We can't really see anything. But if we bring this small light, 25 power, maybe even less, like 12 or 15, we can kind of just lighten it up a little bit and bring in some more. Yeah, we can see more there. Perfect. Okay, let's do the first render. There you go. And then we can do some PP, post-processing. Yeah, you always, usually use focal length of 80 or more for like shots of your character, portrait shots, for example. But when it comes to sculpting, I don't know, I think I realized too late that I am at 50 focal length in the viewport, and then I just stuck with it, and now I'm here. Oh, wait, oh, of course. There you go. Okay. Wait, is there any glow? Oh, of course we need to. Sometimes if we switch to the render result preview before or after we've applied a filter, for example, sometimes it just doesn't show up. 6, and then high. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, perfect. Let's set it to times 8, 256, and then I think that's 100%. Okay, perfect. First of all, it is time to drink. The only drinking break you will have. Always stay hydrated. And then let's look at the images that Yanis sent me. Exactly, water. Nothing else, okay? Nothing but water. If you say you're drinking whiskey or anything else, you're getting banned, okay? That's how easy it is. There it is. Okay, hold on. The ones you asked for. Show me. Oh, hold on. That's a big image. Okay, that's the first one. Okay. Oh. Why is the first? Oh, of course. Okay. So we have we have images we can look at. So we have hold on. There you go. We have images to look at. So this is, as far as I know, part of an animation. What is the animation for? Like a not a simulation, but like a presentation that you are supposed to or you want to make. And I guess this is a model of one of the planes. Looks pretty good. I like it. It's maybe a little bit, you know, it's quite bright, the HDRI, I guess. So some of the white sort of gets washed out, but you know, of course it's just a showcase of the actual plane. Looks pretty good. And then, oh, there's the stick. What is this yellow button? Is that the the panic exit that you could pull and then you could get shot out with your what is it, like jet seed? I guess here you can open the glass panel, glass hatch. Okay, so you would basically like sit here and then, you know, control with the stick between your legs. It's to unhook the cable you're being towed up with. Ah, okay. Oh, okay, yeah. Interesting. So I guess this is a is that a one-seater? It looks like a one-seater. How do you are there two-seaters as well, so that you can do practice sessions with your instructor, or how does it work? Or do you do practice sessions on a PC before, and then once you're kind of ready to go into, like, you do simulations for it before, and then you go into the actual vehicle once you're ready, basically? Okay, there are two-seaters. Okay, yeah, I remember we were at a not flight school, but like a flight center near where I live, and they had a flight simulator as well, with like a whole cockpit where you could sit in, and we were actually doing some simulations there. And I actually managed to land the first one. I think the first one was just kind of landing, you know, just going down and then landing on the ground. Of course, it's still hard because you have to kind of estimate when you're going to hit the ground. You have to kind of be very, very horizontal with the ground, or almost horizontal, so that you can, you know, just slightly hit the ground and kind of brake afterwards. And then afterwards we had another one. I think the other one that that the person that, like, the guide selected for us was, I think, the hardest airstrip where you can land on in the world, where it's like right in front of a cliff, and then you have to do like a 90-degree turn to sort of align yourself with the airstrip. The problem was we didn't have that much time, so when I was the last one to to try it, and then when I just I just started trying it, and I lined myself up to land. Basically, I was pretty confident that I can land it. We need to go, so I couldn't really finish it. I was actually curious if I could do it, because nobody else was, or at least from the other 3 that were with me, couldn't do it. And I felt pretty confident, but always, I can never achieve my dreams. Okay, the render is done. Let's go to PP. No, yeah, PP number 2. So where you go, like where you fly, is it more that you're being towed, or is it more that you roll off a cliff, or not cliff, but a hill? Do you use another vehicle to tow yourself up to speed, or do you use an incline or decline? 2, 3, 3. There you go. Winch launch. What is that? Might need to look that up real quick. Hold on. Let's see. Winch launch. Oh, hold on. Hold on. We have footage.
Hey, this is Bruce.
Nope. Hello. How are you? Oh, there's a 2-seater. Okay. Let's see. You know what would be cool? If everything around you in the cockpit would be glass, so that you could even look underneath you. Let's see. Oh, okay. You're being towed. That's kind of bumpy. Oh, it's actually quite quick. Oh no, there's probably some sort of like motor in the back that gets like drawn back, or there's like tension being built up because you pull it all the way back, and then it pulls you forward because of the tension. Similar to how you have these toy cars that you can wind back, and then once you release it, it rolled forward. That was actually quite a quick launch, I guess, because it's so light. Oh, it's still on it. Okay. Oh, you still need to pick up speed. I thought you would release it immediately. Still, oh no. How long is this line? First time I did an aircraft carrier mission in DSC World, managed to take off and land on first try. My friend said I was just insanely lucky. I mean, some are just destined to fly, I guess. Oh, what is this? There's another circle right there. More circles. I think those are aliens. You never know. No, this looks like a automated watering system. Ooh. It's always weird how slow it looks from up top, but then when you see the shadows, like zoom, you're like 100 kilometers or more. No, what did you say? What is like 150 kilometers? Did you talk about that before? And then you glide. Is it, so if you glide, is it like on average, I guess if you glide, it would be on average just a steady decline? Well, it only makes sense, I guess, because you have no like propeller or anything to boost yourself up again. Looking at the average of your altitude, you would basically only ever sink. Well, that makes sense. Why did I even ask? You could maybe do like a you could go down real quick, but then of course you have the speed to go up again. But you couldn't really go as high as you could, as you were when you descended. Can you do like loopings or stuff like that, or is that too? Is this like a too? Is the plane or the glider too big? Do you maybe even need a some sort of propeller to do it? Or the trick? Hold on. Glider, winch, tricks. Let's see. Acrobatic gliders. 100 kilometers. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. Glider winch. Not crash. Looping. Nope. Oh, there it is. Let's see. Oh, he's high up. What is the... Oh, this is, I guess, for wind. So you can see where the wind goes. Which doesn't really make that much sense, except for maybe to see when there's a lot of wind coming from the side, so you can utilize it. So I guess you're just looking always to... You're always looking for this thing to be... To looking at you. To look at you. Would be my guess. You have a nice panel right there. Oh, is that the world? No. No. There, it looks like there are some mountains, but that looks more like a some sort of value. You got it pretty right. I think I've seen that before. I don't know where though. Now he's descending to gain some speed, I guess. I mean, you know, I wonder if, you know, if you descend, of course it's quite high, so I guess you would have enough time to react when you kind of see that it's not working. There it is, the first looping. You know, you're so high up that you at least have some time to react or to, you know, de-escalate if something goes wrong. If there's any, like, is there like a situation where you could not sort of, I guess, catch yourself again when you're falling? Of course, you would probably never try to do that, but, you know, maybe if there's no wind, well, if you're falling down, then you couldn't, well, if you're going straight down and then you're, the panel or the sort of paddle that controls your altitude or your up and down movement breaks, I guess then you could fall down. But then you could still move to the right, so then you could maybe use the wind to push yourself back into horizontal, I don't know. I wonder if it's loud. Oh yeah, it's, well, that could also be the camera. Is this, no, I guess, yeah. You wouldn't really, do you feel the wind? I guess not, because everything's shut. Or are there like small vents that go in to the inside? Just to, you know, cool the cabinet or the cockpit? Come on, do another one. Okay, it's over. Okay, well. Looks pretty cool. Are there like commercial gliders as well, where you can do like a tourist attraction, you could say? Probably. Small air intake. Okay. Okay. We don't have time. Well, we do, but we want to go and work on the character some more. I want to finish it today. I've worked on the small details some more. I finished the sort of strap that was on the shoulder, and yeah, everything that's left is on the head. There it is. Look at him. Well, all we need is selective color correction. Well, that's already pretty good. I just wanted to increase the contrast, not too much, just a little bit. Perfect. Quick sketch day 233. Perfect. Look up the next club nearby and ask whether you can make guest flights. Oh. Have you ever done that? I guess not, because you're still learning, or at least when we last talked. Maybe you're done now? Maybe you're a professional glider pilot now? Perfect. Okay. You're not? Okay. Perfect. Okay. We're going to look at the new version, the new character. I mean, the new, version, I guess. After the compilation, 3 minutes, and then we're going to continue working on it. We will model the head, or we will refine the head. We already have the base geometry, the base, the block out basically done. And we also have the face mask. We will work with those two today. I have a special trick that I want to use for the face mask, which we're going to try. And yeah, so I'm going to upload this image in these 3 minutes while the compilation is running. And then it is time to continue and finish the character's armor. And then we basically finish the character. And if we have some more time, we can work on the ground, the sort of ground piece, because, you know, he's not just going to fly in midair. He needs a little bit of ground, so we can maybe think about that as well. But maybe not. We'll see how much time we have. Okay. I'm going to see you in 3 minutes, and then we're going to begin. Hope you enjoy the compilation. Now friends are cooking meat with a school chair and paper. What? You have crazy friends. Hopefully they're not burning down anything except for the chair or paper. Okay, I'm gonna see you in 3 minutes. Hope you enjoy compilation. It's time to finish the character. There you go. Hold on. Where's the music? There it is. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently Nineport doesn't work. Nineport doesn't work in Twitch. I don't know. But yeah. I just sent it to you. Okay. So nice montage. I'm glad you like it. It's quite outdated now, you know, it's from March or so. I wanted to do a new one, but you know, There's always other stuff you can do. Yeah, maybe I'll do one soon with all the new stuff. But yeah, let's look at the character that we're gonna work with today. There it is. Look at him. You can't see him. Hold on, it's loading. There it is. So I finished these straps today. I mean, yeah, today before the stream, and this piece here as well. There are some small threads that we could add as well, but I just left it there for now. I finished this strap right here. This one was missing. Just wrapped it around and added this piece here. So it's basically done. The cloak. Everything that is missing is now, or all that's missing is his sort of mask here, and then the hat. Of course, everything is already blocked out, so we don't really need to do too much. All we really need to do is, I guess, refine it. So we're going to start with the mask. I think we have a few good references for the mask. For this one being, well, this one's horrible. Let's look at another one. This one, for example, you can see what the sort of mask is. Just sort of some sort of pieces of cloth being wrapped around his neck or around his head that he can pull up or down to, you know, either expose his face or, I guess, hide it. You can always see his eyes, but you cannot see anything else. So what I want to do is I want to make a base layer for the mask that goes over his ears, basically, or to the head. And then I want to wrap some smaller pieces of cloth around to give it some more, like a 3D effect, basically. I have some more references here. Let me just pull them up real quick. And then we can begin the refinement process. Let's see if we need to refine the model itself, the geometry, maybe. There it is. Let's see, what do we have here? So we have, oh, there's some. So we have this one, where you can see it's quite, you know, far away, but you can see the sort of X marking the edge of the mask. So it may even be a multi-layered mask. Well, it's probably just like a piece of cloth that is being wrapped around the face, so that it's basically being wrapped around like this, and then you can see it's being wrapped around a layer, like it's going around and then like this, so you can create this sort of this X like this with this cloth wrapping around the head. So we might even do it like that, so that we just, I guess, wrap it around the head multiple times to get this look. Or what we could do is we can just make a base layer like this. We can then just sort of imitate that look of sort of multi-layering, and then we can sort of, you know, we can yeah, just sort of imitate it and add some more sort of smaller pieces on top to make it look three-dimensional. I think that's what we're going to go with, because that's a little bit simpler, and I think doesn't really diminish the look overall. Okay, so, and the hand, of course, the base shape is pretty good already. We can see the geometry is pretty big, so we can probably work with, you know, I guess improve that a little bit. Overall, the shape I think looks pretty good. Yeah, but you know, I think the head in terms of its shape already looks pretty good. But let's focus on the mask first. Let me just look at, hold on, there it is. Oh my god. What is that? What is that? That grill. I mean, if it works, hold on. I mean, you know, I didn't know you could use a chair to grill stuff. Look at this. What is that? I mean, you know, it works as long as you don't, I guess, you know, as long as the bottom part doesn't, you know, burn, I guess. It should work. Might be black in the end, but who's gonna see it anyway, you know? Okay. Where are we? There you go. Okay. Yeah, so we're probably gonna just make a like a single layer first, and then we're gonna wrap something on top of it. Like a small sort of like a small piece of cloth, basically. One thing we could do is we could use a shrink wrap modifier to attach it to his face, but what I would probably prefer to do would be to just kind of imitate it as if it's being like very close to his face. I think the shrink, yeah, I don't know, I kind of want to do it that way. I don't really have a reason except for I want to use that method. So yeah, we're gonna go with that. Okay, so let's go into the geometry first. What I also always like to do is I like to, as we see here, separate everything into the individual pieces so that I can put them then together in the sculpt itself. So we're just gonna, oh, we can probably remove this, right? Yeah, we can get rid of it. So I'm just gonna duplicate this mask and bring it over here so that we can work on it freely without being sort of in the way of anything else. You can see there's the color as well. Perfect. Okay, so first of all, what I'm going to do, usually this lane here, the first lane, is for the block out. So I'm just going to bring it over here. This will be the refinement. And then if we, the final version will be basically, you know, put on the character. Okay, so let's see. Where's the object? There it is. Let's call it mask raw. Put it in the raw collection. There you go. Perfect. Okay. So let's begin. Well, the geometry looks pretty simple already, but I think what I want to do is I want to sort of, should we change it, or can we change it in a way that makes sense? I don't want to really create a multi-layered geometry. I kind of want to keep it on the same sort of, I don't want to put geometry on over geometry. I kind of want to keep it like this more. Maybe we could imitate this X effect though. Maybe that could be something we can do. Maybe we can pull this up a little bit. There you go. So that it can go down easier like this. We can then add a cut here in the middle to create this X shape. There you go. Okay. Then we could maybe leave it here. One can be lower than the other one because it needs to be below, you know, the upper layer. And then we could maybe at least create a geometry that looks like it's multi-layered. So maybe if we can go here and pull it down like this. Well, I'm going to add one more cut there. Maybe one more here as well. There you go. We can then go with the knife, my new favorite tool, and just kind of go down like this. I'm just going to do it freehand first, as we've done it for the cape as well. There you go. This way we can sort of first draw out what the edge flow should look like, and then we can, you know, put it into work afterwards. Okay, so we have this first cut and the other one, of course, being underneath it. We don't really need to model it. Let's see if we can create a 3D effect without making it sort of 3D. I already have an idea, so let's put that into, make that a reality, I guess. So first of all, what we need to do is we need to refine these faces that we have here. We can see now they're triangles and all sorts of sort of, you know, surfaces here. Some are quads, some are triangles. I want to turn everything to quads. So let's do that right now, because if we have a refined edge here that goes down, we can then sort of affect the geometry and maybe give it this 3D effect. Okay, so first things first, what I want to do is probably, yeah, let's refine the edges here. Let me just draw out. I want to basically create parallel edges to these here first, to create supporting edges around the main edge, basically. Just using the knife tool, as we've done it yesterday as well. We could maybe end... Yeah, we need to add a cut right there. Do we? Hold on. Probably. Yeah, let's begin like this. Okay. Then of course this is still a triangle, so why don't we change that by just going in here and adding another one. There you go. This is still a triangle, but we could change it. what I want to do probably is I want to turn this. Let's see. So, well, maybe we can make it a little bit easier. We could maybe just turn this into a quad right here by subdividing it. There you go. Perfect. So now this is a quad. Then we can just use this as the supporting face right there. Okay. Now we need to turn these pieces here into quads. One thing we can do probably is just turn this into one face. Although, we could also maybe do this. This way we can remove this edge. And we have a nice quad right there. We still have a piece right there though that we need to solve. But we can look at that later. I want to follow this edge flow first. Going down here, maybe go there. So this will be sort of fiddly first. We need to sort of solve the geometry, make it optimal for what we want to do with it. And then afterwards we can care more about the overall aesthetic, I guess, in the end. What we could do here is we could combine them. Maybe. Like this. Then we still have a triangle there, but we can probably solve that afterwards. Let's merge them together. Merge by distance. There you go. Perfect. Okay. This can probably just be removed. These edges here. Dissolve edges. There you go. Gonna leave that there for now. Perfect. Go here. There you go. Until we reach the bottom. Right there. Okay. Okay. Let's see if we can refine these edges here now. I mean, these faces. These look pretty good here. We have a problem right here, you can see. This is the like, oh, those are all quads, but there's a triangle here, right? No, it's not. Wait, what? It can't be. How is this not a quad? 1, 2, 3. Something's wrong. Oh, it is. Okay. It just looked like it wasn't. Okay. Let me look at this first. We have a triangle right here that we can probably solve pretty simply by doing this. Although, what we could do here is actually move it inwards. Like this. Let's see if that works. What we can then do is we can just do this. Remove this edge. Now we have no quad, of course. But then what we can do is we can just do this. Maybe. I'm just gonna experiment with what works, what doesn't. No, that doesn't look good. Let's see. We could though go here. Remove this edge first. There you go. Of course, I'm not only looking at good. I'm not only looking at having full quads, like everything quads. I'm also looking for a good edge flow. So we can have to mix and match and kind of just see what works. Let's see. So, okay. We should probably add... Actually, no, we can... We could add another edge right here that goes and supports the middle edge here. Maybe that could be a good option. I'm just gonna do it. Who's gonna stop me? There you go. Go all the way around. Perfect. And then we need to end it here somehow. Best case scenario would be that we can bring it back into the circle. Let's see if that works. Okay. That would be, we need to remove this edge right there. We need to combine these three. And then we need to remove this face here. How do we do that? Let's see. What we could do is we could just move this here. Then we can remove this edge. Now we have this transition, which is not really that good because you can see it's supposed to actually move from here to here. So we need to keep this edge right there. Let's see. Maybe we can just end it here. Like this. I mean, that works quite good. It sort of does what it's supposed to. See? And then we can go down here. The problem, The problem is if we go all the way around, if we want to, for example, then add a cut right here, and then we want to, for example, now just pull this up, what'll happen is it'll just add it here as well, which actually doesn't look too bad, to be honest, if it ends before it reaches the edge, basically. Kind of hard to explain. What I don't want to happen is that, so this is supposed to be the lower edge here, this one. So there shouldn't be an edge that connects to this one and lifts itself up as well, because then the 3D effect would be gone. So we kind of need to create an edge flow that sort of supports that. And I think that's what we have right now, which is pretty good. Because if we add the edge here, the edge doesn't connect to this face, it actually goes inwards. And I think that should be pretty good. And then we can see this edge ends right there. Perfect. So let's clean the side here. Let's see. So we have the quad right there. Then we have this edge. We probably can add a cut right here because there's a missing edge anyway here. We can then remove this face, this edge. And then we can move this over. There you go. Good day. Continue something interesting. Okay. I'll see you. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for joining. Okay, so this triangle is kind of annoying. Maybe we can solve it though. Well, we can move these two together, but then... let's see. Sometimes hate denoise. Yeah, denoising makes everything black. That's interesting. Well, I know that sometimes denoising removes all the cloth detail, but I've never heard that it just that it makes everything black. Usually, I don't even know when it makes everything black. The texture is mostly black. Oh, that, yeah, probably because of that then. There's a revolt and everything screaming. Sounds like an adventurous life you have there. Okay. I don't like this edge here. Do we need this anyway? I don't think so. What if we continue it here? That should be working quite well. There's a triangle here though. Why are you there? Okay. Works fine by me. Okay. Yeah, denoising can be pretty annoying sometimes. You have to finesse it. You have to learn how it works to overcome the struggle. You know what? I don't think that we need to do this. I don't think this will make a huge difference, and I think it'll be easier to just do it with some extra pieces. So how about we not do that? Yeah, I think the end result will not justify the amount of time that we will spend trying to figure it out. Like how you solve problems with topology with one knife. Yeah. The knife tool became one of my new favorite new tools once I kind of learned how flexible it is. Once you kind of have the base mesh, just to kind of refine it, it's very, very useful. He's very careful with COVID, exactly. His face mask is on point. He does not only cover his mouth, his nose, he also covers his ears. And some part of the head as well. Okay. So, oh, perfect. So what I probably want to focus on more is let's add some layers on top of this. Actually, I think what we would have to do for that would be we need to apply it first. We can only really sort of refine the geometry in here before we need to go into the character, because we can only really fit the mask onto the character. We can't really, I guess, pre-sculpt it and then add it. So yeah, let's just kind of see if we can optimize some geometry here. We can see some big stretches here. Maybe we can refine those a little bit to just make it less stretchy here. Give us some more geometry to work with. So we can put those in here. Also, what I like to do now is I like to, first of all, just kind of put everything in, all the cuts that we need. Make sure that we have enough geometry to really have no real like stretchy areas. Like here, for example, these are quite big. On this side, maybe here. It doesn't really matter where I add them, because we can now use the smooth brush to smooth all these faces out. One thing that I don't like here, for example, is the stretching that we can see here. So I'm just going to add one more here and there. Perfect. Maybe even everywhere, just to kind of get the same face size everywhere. There you go. These big faces here. And I think maybe one more here. And then if we can go into the scope mode. Hold on. There you go. And then if we use the smooth brush, we can see how easily we can just... Oh, hold on. We need to apply the... you can see when I go into sculpting how flat my cursor is. That is usually because the scale in the transformation is completely off. You can see the scale is super small and super wide. That's why the cursor was also super wide. To solve that, you can just press Ctrl A and then scale, and there you go. Now if you go into sculpting, your cursor is round, and then you can see the geometry in the wireframe sort of uneven. You can see some bigger faces, you can see some smaller faces, but now if you go in here with the smooth brush, you can see it nicely puts everything at the same distance. I'm not really concerned too much about the shape right now. We need to add it to the character to really define the shape, and we're going to do that afterwards. Right now I kind of want to just create a nice good beginning topology that doesn't look too choppy, nice and smooth, and then we can apply it. There you go. Okay. Perfect. It's quite thin now, but that's okay. If you could maybe make a mask through the fabric simulation, but I think it takes too much fiddling around for it to really look as good as you can make it with like just sculpting, for example. So I like to stick with you know, sculpting. Sometimes simulations can be quite fiddly and you need to kind of tweak some super small values to really get it to where you want it. And in that case, I kind of like the, you know, I just like to sculpt it. Now that we have good geometry, everything's nice and even, we can apply it to the character. What I probably want to do is I want to bring the offset to the outside. This way the faces are on the inside. Why I want to do that is basically just so I can attach it to the surface of the character. Let me show you what I have in mind. Yeah, we're gonna, now that we have the raw version here, hold on, there you go, put it in the raw collection. We can then duplicate it, create the final version, call it final. Final. We put it in the final collection. There you go. And then because of the super neat align tool, we can just select the mask. We can then go to the blockout mask and we can click in the aligns tool XYZ, and now we put the mask right there where it was before. Perfect. We can then remove the old one. Oh, perfect. Let's now make it look like a mask. Let me remove solidify first, because I want to focus on the general shape first. And then I need a subdivision, no, I need a multi-resolution modifier. Let's set it to maybe 1 or 2 subdivisions. Welcome back. Pave it darken. Welcome back. Hope you enjoy. Hope you have enjoyed your day. We're about to finish the character that we've been working on for quite a while now. I want to use a... Oh, let me try something, okay? I'm gonna save this file and I'm gonna open it with an older version. I'm gonna show you why. I have a very, very neat plugin that I want to use. It should be somewhere here. Where are my old... There it is. Is it 2.9? Probably. Okay, I'm gonna close this. And then I'm gonna open it again. In the older version, because the plugin isn't available in the newer 2.93 version. But it's very, very useful, especially for stuff like cloth. That's also what I want to use for these smaller pieces that we want to attach to the mask. Takes a little bit to load because it's such a big file. Well, of course, we need to open it first. Oh, okay. Hopefully there are no like version issues here, but we'll see. There it is. Open it, please. There it is, just how we had it before. Let me show you what I want to do. The plugin is called SoftWrap 2. SoftWrap does something very interesting. I'm going to show you what it does. It is like shrink wrap, but basically interactive. We need to define the source mesh, which is the mask. We need to define the, I guess, mesh that it's supposed to attach to, which is the body, the face. And then we can hit start, apply and whatever. But what I want to do first is I want to go to the... Actually, yeah. We can now press start and nothing happens. Well, something happened. It starts, it's on this loading star right there, you can see. So what you can do now with this mesh is we can drag it. Woo! You can drag it around like a piece of cloth, you could say. And then what you can do is you can go into the snapping strength, and if you increase the snapping strength, you can see it snaps to the surface of the mesh. Sort of. Why is it so far away? Hold on. Maybe we need to... I don't think we can use multi-resolution for this, can we? Hold on. Maybe not. Because it looks kind of weird right now. Maybe it's also because we have increased the resolution. Hold on. Let me pause it real quick. Oh. Let me select the face, please. There you go. Okay. Let's see. Mask final body replacement. Is that the replacement? Is that the final version, I guess? Is it called body? Okay, it is. Perfect. What is body replacement for? Something else. Okay. So we can now basically use this mesh and attach it to the surface. If we go to in front, we can see... Oh, I pressed the wrong one. Let me pause it real quick. Hold on, let me stop it. I'm gonna reset it. Let's try again. I think it's too stiff. There you go. Let's try again. What I want to do here probably is I want to first of all start, and then we can change some settings here. The snapping strength is pretty high already. Nothing happens. Why not? Oh, it's on pause. Oh, there it is. See, it snapped to the surface. But we want to do some changes here. First of all, I think we need more resolution. I wonder if you can just increase the multi-resolution and it works. Hold on. No, not really. Okay. Does it work if we just subdivide it with the shrink wrap modifier? Hold on. Maybe like to let's say 3. 3 might be quite a lot, but who cares? We need to pause it. We probably also need to remove... I mean, let's reset it first. Let's apply it. And then let's try again. Maybe it'll lag. Let's see. There it is. That's what I mean. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Now it's perfectly attached to the surface. Let's sort of make this, you know, a little bit more beautiful, okay? So we've attached it to the character now. Now what we need to do is we can basically now, first of all, increase the grab size. And we can drag it to where we need it to be. What I want to also do is I want to remove the snapping strength, just so we have some more room to play with. It's not completely attached to the surface now. We can drag it around a little bit more. And this way we can kind of drag it to where we want it to be. I just want to drag it down here because it's only supposed to cover the nose, not the eyes. And what we can also do is we can press shift and then left click. Let me do that on the nose. To apply a pin. And that pin holds the geometry in place. You can see it's sort of sliding right now. But if I put a pin right here, and I can also use snapping to snap it onto the surface, you can see it sticks to the surface, and basically the mesh sticks to the surface. So this way we can very easily basically use a shrink wrap modifier that is interactive. But if we now go back into here and remove in front, well, I guess, can we do it here as well? There it is. We can actually see the character. So it seems like the mask will be applied to the unrigged character. What I mean is we have a, what is it called? There's a armature applied to the character, and you can see the armature is already active because he's in a pose. If we would bring the character back into the standard pose, we would basically have his face down here. That's what it's attaching to. So we could either now, to solve this problem, we could either just duplicate his body and apply the armature modifier, so we have his body up here and then use that. Or we could go into the standard unrigged or unposed pose and use and apply the mask there. But I think it's easier to just create a secondary mesh basically. So I'm going to bring this back, stop it right there. This also always creates empties as pins, but that's okay. What I want to do now is I want to duplicate the body. I want to call it soft wrap body. Excuse me. let's call it body soft wrap, so it's in the same line here. Soft wrap. There you go. Then I want to apply the multi-resolution modifier as well as the armature. Perfect. Now we have to keep in mind that it's a subdivision of 3 that is important afterwards. Oh, hold on. Oh. Come on, I want to go back because I think I forgot to apply the multi-resolution modifier with the right subdivision. Okay, apparently okay, let's do it again. Let's call it body soft wrap. We will apply these things here. We will hide the replacement, I mean the main body. So we can only see, wait, why do we have 2 here? Why? Why? I guess we don't need this one. Where is this thing even? It's somewhere over there, right? Yeah, okay. What is it? What is it? Oh. Why is it here? Is it not the final version? Yeah, it's the final, but why is it called body replacement? Do we even need it anymore? No. Okay. So let's go back here. We have applied the body soft wrap. We don't need to see this right now. So this is the final version of the face. We can now attach or apply the mask to this. We just need to select it. There you go, body soft wrap. And now if we set it to snapping strength 0 for a second, we can hit start. And then once it's ready, once it's initialized, there you go, we can increase the snapping strength to attach the mesh to the surface. I think it's still paused, yep. So let's try that again. Unpause, snapping strength, there you go, snap it to the surface. And then we can pull it into place. Thank you for the stream, but I have to go. Have fun. Thank you, thank you. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for joining and chatting. Okay. So let's put in some pins to sort of create the friction points or the points where the mask is supposed to be. Let me enable in front as well as in the view settings back face culling. This way we don't see the back of the mask, which enables us to see the face, which, you know, can be quite useful if you want to create a face mask. Okay, let's go here and let's make some pins. I'm gonna add one right there because we can pull it forward to the nose, to the tip of the nose. There you go. We can make it bigger. There you go. See how it, if we don't set it to full strength, it's on snapping strength 0.42. If I would increase the strength, you can see it goes all the way to the skin. But if we think about sort of cloth, it's not really fully attached entirely to your body, except for maybe if you use like duct tape. But if we use something more like cloth, it would have some spaces of air between your skin and the mask or the cloth. So we have these sort of, we can still see the face underneath, but it's not really too visible because we, yeah, because it's not, you know, it has some stiffness, so it doesn't completely wrap around the surface of the skin. There you go. Software can be used for retopology. Exactly. That is actually the original the original purpose. That is also why I got it for retopology. This way you can basically you can grab an old base mesh and basically pull it into place and retopologize your character with old geometry. You can basically reuse old geometry for new characters, which is very, very, of course, quick and very simple. You can see here, I just attach these pivot points here. I can maybe even rotation doesn't do anything, but that's okay. So this is already in a pretty good spot. We can see this is sort of off the surface, so let's bring it back. Is it? Looks like it is, but why is it so far off? That's interesting. Let me remove it and do it again. It actually works by itself quite well. Maybe this one can be a little bit bigger. Fold it down, there you go. I think that's pretty good. I like the front. I like that we can sort of see the lips and the chin. We can maybe bring a pin to the chin just to kind of keep it in front of the chin. It's not supposed to be on the inside, but on the outside. There you go. You can see now it's covering it. You can see the ears are still not covered. So let's do those now. We're just going to go in here and apply it there. Use snapping to put it on the ear. It's hard to kind of see, so I kind of want to probably just pull it outwards like this. You can see now the ear is sort of covered. We need one more down here. Make it bigger and pull it out. And now the ear is covered. We can also check if it's actually covered by just hiding in front. Looks pretty good. There's a little bit lift here. Let's use another pin. There you go. Perfect. Now everything is nicely covered. Oh, let me select the pin. Come on. Of course, we can do small adjustments afterwards as well. So we don't need to stress every single sort of surface breach, you could say. Let's do it on the other side. We can add a pin. Let's hide the hat for a second. Where's the hat? There it is. Okay. Oh, that's a nice crown. Okay. Put it to the surface here. Oh, enable snapping, of course. There you go. Put it to here. Maybe we can increase the snapping a little bit. Although we can also do it afterwards with the sculpting brushes. We're going to sculpt it afterwards just to kind of fine tune some shapes. There you go. Maybe one more down here, just to kind of add the earlobe. There you go. That should be good enough. Everything else is neatly covered. One thing that I want to do though is I want to bring the neck piece further out. You can see it's quite close and you could see the neck underneath here. I want to cover the neck fully. So let's just hide these pieces real quick. Maybe this one as well. So we can extend it a little bit. There you go. Woo! Pull it out. Nice and big. Perfect. Oh. I don't want to affect too much. Just to keep it in place here. There you go. Do the same on the side. Oh. We could also do that in sculpting afterwards. But you know, if we can set a good base, we don't have to do too much work afterwards. Oh. There you go. Then this edge here, I mean this corner. Then we basically set up everything. Excuse me. There you go. And then we can do it here as well. Perfect, that should be enough. If not, then we can pull it even further out. But that should give us a good base. Oh, I don't want to go over the strap. Perfect. That should be enough. Okay. So now that we have the mask, there you go. Let's apply it. Actually, I want to add one more here just to kind of pull it down just very slightly. I think it's pretty close to the eye and I kind of want to avoid that. We can see it's kind of getting pinchy here. Maybe if we move it a little bit, it gets better. Let's pause it real quick. I think that's a good base mesh. We can work with that. The ears are included. The nose is included. We can see a nice space here. I think that's pretty good. Okay. So let's apply it. Just like this. Apply. There you go. Perfect. Now all the pins are gone. We can stop it. And now let's go into sculpting. So one thing we need to do is we need to replace this mesh because this mesh only has one resolution size. What I want to have though is a resolution depth, or I want to have multiple resolution steps. I want to basically use multi-resolution to have a low resolution sculpt, then a high resolution sculpt, and then I guess high resolution sculpt, the same that we've done here. We can see we have multiple sculpting levels. We have level 0, level 1, level 2, and then maybe even level 3. This one doesn't have 3. Just to, you know, so that we can switch between the modes. It can be very useful, for example, if you want to just look at the character, you can then just hide, or you can reduce the resolution that you can see in the viewport while still rendering at full resolution. That can, for example, make the display the viewport a little bit quicker. Okay, so we have this. Now what we need to do is we need to grab another mask right here. There you go. Put it in the same position. Right here, we select this. Oh, we don't have align tools, right? Okay, well, I think it's time to switch to the other version again. So let me save this file and then we can go to the next version. Okay. Where's my glaive? Oh, there it is. It was just perfectly... Oh, no, because of... Okay. Let's open it again with the newer version, because the newer version has the line tool. Oh, nope. There you go, the align tool. Very important. Oh, hold on, I opened the wrong file. Hold on. I want to open 4D. There you go. Okay, so now I'm going to grab the mask. Where are you? There you are. Duplicate it, move it over here. Select the mask right here. Then what I want to do is I want to go to align tools and just align it. There you go. Perfect. It's aligned again. Let's now apply a multi-resolution modifier, set it to subdivision level 3. And then we select first the shaped mesh, and then we select the multi-resolution mesh. We say shape, apply base, no, reshape. There you go. Now it's perfectly reshaped while still keeping the multi-resolution modifier. So now we can remove the old mask, the one that doesn't have multi-resolution, and we still keep the multi-resolution mask. The good thing about that is we can now basically have max resolution or a high resolution like this. We can also go down to level 1 or even lower. So this way, you know, we can just make the display a little bit easier. So and also it is easier to do big changes on this mask while being in low resolution mode than it is if we go into high resolution. Moving less vertices is easier. So let's go into 1, and I want to do some general changes here. Let's go into sculpting and do those. There you go. Okay. What we could also do is we could, if you wanted to, apply one shrink wrap modifier to this, although I don't think it'll be as easy as I think, so we're not going to do it. Why is it not showing me the right version? It's set to sculpt 3. Did I select the wrong mesh? No. Why is it showing me level 1? Oh. No. Wait, what? What's happening? Oh, what happened? What? Okay. I think I looked at the wrong mesh. That's why. Okay. So, oh, there it is. So that's the wrong mesh. Okay. There it is. Okay. So one thing that I want to do is I want to smooth out some areas to make it even I guess more realistic. You can see we would probably have some, I guess, some spaces here, some sort of air here, because we can't really wrap this sort of cloth perfectly around the face. So I'm just gonna smooth out some parts here. Really only in the front. Everything else looks pretty good. Let's increase the viewport level. I mean the level overall. Let's pull out the geometry so that it stays on top of the mesh. Right here. There you go. I want to see it basically. Not necessarily necessary, but it's good to do. I actually want to go lower in resolution to make it easier for myself. We can just go to scope mode, scope level like 1 or 2. Let's go to 2. Just so we need to handle less vertices. Okay. Oh, symmetry's on, which is not good. Who needs symmetry anyway? There you go, just kind of trying to get everything in there. Looking at level 3. Shouldn't be a huge change. Yeah, okay. Maybe it doesn't need to be fully covered. I mean, fully there. Okay. Smooth this out a little bit. We can see it's being covered by the skin, so we kind of just need to lift it up. Right here. I just want to show it everywhere. There you go. I'm going to smooth it afterwards. Smoothing will probably put some areas back into or underneath the skin, but that's okay. As long as it's getting smoother, I'm fine with that. You can see here it gets kind of fiddly sometimes. We're going to add a solidify modifier afterwards. So it's not going to be too important to have everything all over the skin, but it'll just look better in the end. There you go, because we can basically sort of trace the shape of the face onto the mask, and then if we use a solidify modifier, it'll have that shape on the surface as well. Okay. Smooth everything. Nice. We do the same here. We can add a nice jawline here if we want to, like this. Always important. I also probably want to add some more depth into the chin. Right here, you can see it's kind of... Actually, is it? Let's see. Do we have some more? Oh, we actually are quite close to the skin, so we can probably keep it like this. Okay. Is it going far enough? Let's bring back the other pieces, the cloak. Oh, well, of course. Yeah, it's far enough, you can see. You can really see the skin anymore. Maybe if you look from this angle, but who really looks from this angle, you know? Okay. Perfect. Okay. So now that everything is smooth and looks more like a mask, maybe we can go to the nose just quickly and add some more volume here. Making sure that everything is included. Okay. There you go. Now what I want to do is I want to... should we go to the ear? Let's go and include the full ear. There you go. Okay. Same on the other side. The other side looks pretty good already. Perfect. Okay. So now it's perfectly on his face. Let's go and add the thickness, some solidity, and see what it looks like. Solidify. Not too much. You can see it needs to be quite thin. Maybe that much. That should be enough. You can see we can still see his face slightly. We could maybe smooth it out a little bit more to kind of remove that. I don't want to see too much of it. I think it's too defined right now. Maybe we can make an overall like O shape here. Then we can turn this over. It looks pretty good, actually. I like that. Okay. The ear looks pretty good as well. Okay. So that's the first layer. Now we can add some smaller pieces of cloth on top, which is will basically be the same workflow that we've done for this part here. Although we could maybe even just use a shrink wrap modifier. Yeah, I think we can do that as well. So, yeah, let's do that. What I want to do first, though, is I kind of want to create a nice sharp edge here. Hello? Why don't you move? Did I select the wrong mesh? Wait, what was I working on? Okay. There you go. So let's add some wraps over his face. I want to bring back the hat so I can see where I am. And then I'm just going to add a plane so I can create simple sort of pieces of cloth that can go over the mask. Okay, we can just use the good old retopology methods of laying this geometry out. I'm gonna set it to in front so we can see where we are. This one is basically this X that we see here. This X that I want to bring in here. Yeah. We don't need to go too far here. We can probably just leave it there. We could go around once more, but I don't think that's necessary. Actually, no. We're gonna leave it there. I think that'll be easier. Then I'm gonna continue here. Going down. Let's create some more geometry here, otherwise it's not gonna follow this too much. There you go, we need some more geometry here. You can see how long the faces are. Oh, well, we attached this to the other block out here. Let me call this something so I can know what it is. Head strap, there you go. Okay, this strap should be good enough. Now we need to bring this down, so we're just going to go down here. Perfect, bring it all the way down. That should be good enough, now it's hidden. Okay. This is the first one. Let's apply it first. So what I'll do is I will probably use a subdivision modifier. There you go, nicely subdivided. Set it maybe to, you know what? We can probably use a multi-resolution modifier. We can set it to, let's set it to level 3 for now. Then we go in here and we use a shrink wrap modifier. We shrink wrap it onto the surface here. Looks pretty good. We need to do some changes though. Let's first of all set it to project on surface, negative, positive. Then we need to do some changes here. We can see it kind of intersecting. I mean, jumping over to the other surface because we need to pull it over here. I wonder why it has these weird sort of bumps right here. Oh, okay. We can probably solve those. Hold on. Let me actually use a multi-resolution modifier first to see the changes. With multi-resolution, you don't really see them, but if we use subdivision modifier, the subdivision modifier, we can actually, when we go in edit mode, see the changes that we do. So if you pull out the geometry, you can see what happens. Oh. It looks like it's being attached to the inner surface. And I want it to be on the outer surface. So by pulling it out more, it'll stick to the upper part of the surface. There you go. Okay. We have the same problem here. Let's fix this real quick. There you go, perfect. And then once we fixed all these problems, we can bring the multi-resolution modifier back and set it to subdivision level 3. The subdivision modifier is only there to really see the mistakes or the problems that we have here. There you go. Do the same here. Perfect. And that's it. So that's the first strap. I want to add... Oh. Okay. Let's bring the hat back just to see if it is enough. Yep, it is. Perfect. Now what I want to do is I want to apply a remove subdivision, add multi-resolution, set it to 1, 2, 3, and then say apply the shrink wrap. And now what we have is we have this in 3 different resolutions. We have number 3, we have number 2, and we have number 1, and we also have number 0, the one that we started with. Let's go back to 3. Let's add the second layer, but before we do that, I want to add a solidify modifier to this. Not going in, but going out. There you go. So those are basically now bands attached to the surface of the mask. Maybe they could be a little bit wider. Although, no, I'm going to keep it like this. Okay. So, we're going to do the same again for this side to create the eggs. We can probably not copy to the other side, so we have to make a new one. There you go. Let's set it to in front so we can see it. There you go, going all the way down, of course. Maybe using a different projection method for the shrink wrap might be better instead of, what was it, project? Okay. Okay, well this will be, this is interesting. There you go. Okay. Do the same here. Okay, we still have the same problems. What if we do set it to near surface point outside? No. Okay, well. Okay, let's just fix these problems real quick. We could maybe even just scale everything along normals and fix all the problems. There you go, looks pretty good. We have a few more here. Oh. Wait, where did my shrink wrap go? What happened? What is what? What happened to my shrink wrap? It works here, but why does it not work anywhere else? Is it too far away? No. Wait. That doesn't make sense. Hello. What happened? Ah, wait, what? That doesn't make sense. Oh, I set it to outside. What about on surface? There you go. Okay. We need to solve a problem here. Okay. Perfect. Oh, there's one more, and then we fixed it. Perfect. Okay, so we wrapped it around the face. We need to do the same here that we've done before, multi-resolution. 1, 2, 3. Apply shrink wrap, and now we have 3 levels of detail. We can see one is above the other, but we can solve that pretty easily. We can just either increase the solidification, the solidity, or we can just use the sculpting tools to just, you know, push it in front of the other one. And I think that's what I want to do, because making it thicker doesn't really solve the issue of them clipping, and I want them to not clip. So let's do that real quick. We need to go into sculpting anyway, so, you know, there you go. Now let's finish the mask. We're gonna go to this piece here, and we will bring it further forward until it reaches the surface right here. Wait, there you go, fixed the bar down there. Okay, let's see what it looks like. I don't know why we don't see solidification in the sculpt mode. Okay, we definitely need to smooth it. That's definitely better. Let's also add some stretch marks, or some parts where it basically, you know, to make it look like sort of fabric. What we probably need to do is we need to increase the resolution a little bit more. So let's do that. What is here? Not supported in scope mode. Oh, okay. There you go. Let's add some smaller sort of small sort of lines here. If this is the stretch point, then we probably have some bulking up here, some bunching. But then follow down here. Just creating some like a nice texture here. There you go, going all the way up. Of course, the resolution is still quite low, even though we are at level 4. Oh. Maybe we don't even need more, we'll see. There you go, do we need something here? Maybe a little bit. Actually, no, maybe down here. Okay. Yeah, it's still quite quite rough. Let's add a little bit more resolution here. Okay. That's better. Now we're putting in some detail here. Just kind of sculpting in these small height differences, I guess. There you go, just to create some tension here. Making sure that these folds end well. Okay. Smoothing them out. There you go. Okay. Let's do the same for this one. Let's get to 4 first. I think 4 is enough for the sculpt. We don't need to do too much for this one. Need to do too much. We just need to add a few here and there. There you go. Just to create the structure. Okay, do the same on the other side, and then we go to the next resolution, and then we have the basic structure in place. Then we can go into the next level. We can kind of sculpt the mask a little bit. The mask mesh, not these sort of strips here. The actual mask. Give it like a sort of more, what do you call it, like a mask feel, like canvas feel or fabric feel. There you go. Go down here and just finish it off down here. Okay, so now that we have the strings, the straps, whatever, done, let's go to the rest of the mask. What I probably want to do is I want to probably grab some references so I can actually see properly what I need to yeah, what sort of like a face mask looks like. Let's see if we can find something useful. There you go. Let's see, so we're looking for let's see. What are these masks even called? Like face wrap mask? Not something like this. You see, that's what I wanted to avoid. We always find these face masks, but not really what I was looking for. What we could include though from these, oh, this one looks pretty good. This one maybe, and then maybe this one as well, just so we can include the seam line in the middle. I think that can be pretty useful to include. So let's grab this one. And then the other one as well. And then we can do the small details for this, for the mask as well. Perfect. Okay, let's grab one of the two references. The one that probably makes more sense, which is the one where we can see all the folds, all the wrinkles. Which is this one? Nope, this one. There you go. Okay. Let's create the seam line in the middle first. I want to probably subdivide it once more so we have some more resolution. Let's set it to smooth. Okay. First thing first, let's add the seam line. I will probably change the crease fall off from straight or from smooth, I think. Where's my fall off? There it is. Set it from, oh, it's actually on sharp. Okay, I want to use sharp because that's sort of what a seam looks like. And then we can add the seam. Is it still that low resolution? Hold on. Okay, maybe we need even more. More than that. Maybe not, we'll see. I'm just gonna add it here. Let's see what it looks like. I think that's okay. I think that could look pretty cool. Going all the way down. Okay. Maybe I should have done that afterwards, but you know, you live, you learn, I guess. Let's add the other pieces of, like the other details here. Okay. So one thing that I definitely want to do is I want to kind of add some folds here. Oh, maybe we can even go to one resolution lower. Maybe to 3. And then add some bigger folds here. Just to make it look like it's not like made out of rubber, but something that is more bendable and movable. That actually has some cloth-like properties to it. Bandit's mask, exactly. See, just like these small folds like this can probably help to make it look more like cloth. I think I want to set the crease brush to something less sharp. Maybe we can set it to linear. Oh, there's even sharper. Holy. Wait, what? Where did I see that? That was sharper. There it is. Okay. Let's try linear. you go. Yeah, I think that can help. Okay, let's do the same on this side, but a little bit offset so we don't have the exact same folds on this side. Okay, there you go. Yeah, see how it just kind of adds some more plasticity to it? It lifts it off the general face sort of surface and makes it actually look like it is on top of it and is movable. It's not perfectly glued to the face. It adds some, I guess, yeah, makes it look like cloth. Oh, wrong direction. Okay, maybe we can even go deeper here, or we can add these extra, especially because he's looking to the left. There would probably be some wrinkles here, like this, because it's being crunched here. It's quite hard material, so the wrinkles, or the whatever you want to call them, are quite big, not that many. But when they are there, they're quite significant. Always when you're sculpting cloth, you have to remind yourself what kind of material you're working with. Okay. What does that look like? Does that work here? Maybe. Okay. I don't want to make it too strong though, so I kind of want to smooth it out a little bit. There you go, that should be enough. We go around, this should be pretty good. Here on the other side, we can probably create some more stretch marks here, or some stretch lines. These are quite small. Okay. Oh. In the back here, maybe a little bit here as well. There you go. Not too much, just a little bit. I think that's pretty good. We could maybe go to the mouth as well. Add a little bit there. What would that look like if we can see it here actually? It would kind of go down like this. Like a small fold right here. Okay. We can add a longer here maybe, and that would probably be all of them. Let's see. What would that look like? If you pull, yeah, probably be something like this. We can maybe even continue this this fold right there. There you go. Perfect. Maybe a little bit too strong. Okay. Of course, here in the neck, it's also kind of squashed together. We need to keep that in mind. There you go. Okay. See, now we just have a little bit more texture to it. It actually kind of contours and kind of moves and reacts to the movement of the face and the head. And we also have the seam line right there. We could add another seam line where it could make sense in the back, for example. Let's see if we can solve this problem here real quick. And then we have the mask. So a lower resolution here on this one compared to the other one. Probably just because the faces overall in the beginning were smaller. I mean bigger. There you go. It's not pretty, but I think it's good enough. Okay, and it's not going to be gold. You can see it in the reference. It's not gold. It's something sort of brownish. That color I haven't really added to my color spectrum here yet. So, you know, we're going to do that later. What's the mask called? Let's see. Mask raw. Well, that's not a raw mask. Excuse me. That's the final mask. Let's put it in the final collection. Okay. We need to bring back the clothing. Should be somewhere over here. Oh, we need to also... Do we? Yeah, we need to remove the soft wrap body and replace it with the animated body. See, this one still has the multi-resolution and all that modifier. So I could, if I wanted to, remove the armature, and there you go. Now it's back to standard position. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the head. The head overall. Yeah, let's work on the geometry. It doesn't need... I think the geometry overall looks pretty good already. We can see some big faces here, so I kind of want to refine the geometry, but overall I like the shape already, so we don't need to do too much. Let's move it over here. Create the raw version. This is only the block out, basically. There you go. So we'll probably refine the geometry. We will sculpt some folds and all that you can see in the reference here into it. And then we're probably going to call it there. I can then add these smaller details like these, I guess, decorations off stream. Shouldn't be too much work. Okay. Let's see. So first thing first, I want to remove solidify. There you go. Then I want to move it over here because this will be the refined version. So we need to rename it. Let's call it head raw, and we move it to the raw collection. And then let's refine the geometry. We can see it kind of pinches here in the middle, which is important because of the subdivision modifier that we applied. But yeah, first of all, what I want to do is I want to create a sort of supporting edge for the outer edge, basically. Shouldn't take too long. All we do is this. That's it. Just to kind of support the outer edge. When it comes to subdivisions, I'm going to keep that there. What we can also do with this edge is we can, if we want to, create a brim very easily by just extruding it along normals. There you go. And now we have a nice brim like this, if we wanted to. That's why I always like to add this edge right there. I'm going to remove solidify. We probably don't need it. Okay, let's continue working with this. Oh. Okay, so now that we have that edge, let's see if we can kind of refine the middle here. We can probably add one more here, like this, just to kind of, you know, make the faces spread out more evenly. We can see we have a big stretch here. So let's see if we can refine that a little bit. We can also see this looks kind of weird. Let's remove these faces, these edges, these vertices, whatever. I think those were only there because of the subdivision modifier. Okay. Let's see if we can refine the geometry up here a little bit. I'm gonna hide this real quick because we don't want to sharp anything right now. Let's work with... So the shape is already pretty good. The thing that I don't like about this though is the overall geometry. We can see we have some big sort of stretching faces here, and then we have some smaller ones here, and overall the edge flow kind of looks weird. So let's see if we can refine it. What we could do is we could just make a new geometry, just remove all this and pull it up again, but I would probably rather keep the shape and just refine it using the good old knife tool. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all these and just slide them over here. Then what I want to do is I want to probably add another cut right here, then another one right there, and just fill these faces here. Okay. The only really messy geometry that we need to fix is up here. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to remove this because this is not good geometry. There you go. If we already have that many edges, we want to utilize them. Okay. I think what I want to do actually... No. First of all, let's bring in some more edges here where they are needed. Not only to change the shape, but also to just bring in some more geometry overall, make it less stretchy. This, of course, is kind of a problem, but I don't really know if we can change the edge flow to shape the head in a way, like in this way with subdivision surface. I don't know if we can do it without these edges going in this direction. What we can do though is we can add another edge right there. There you go. Just to kind of, you know, reduce the stretching. Can do the same here. Here there's a huge space. Overall they are well spaced. They're just too far out. So I'm just going to add a few more geometry edges here, a few more edges. Oh, that's quite a lot. Maybe we even need 2 here. Pretty crazy, we need 2. There you go, one more there. Okay. Let's refine the middle here. What we can do is we can select all this. We can go to Tools. Where are my loop tools? Ah, there you go. Edit loop tools, that's another add-on. And then we can click circle, and then it's going to create a perfect circle. There you go. Which we can now use to perfect the geometry. So one thing we can do is we can move this over here to kind of just align these edges with the according vertice that is connected to the circle here. So we can see here we have some rotation going on, some stretching. There you go. Perfect. This is quite close together. Okay. Here we have the same problem. Okay, looking pretty good. Cleaned up the stretch. Perfect. The other one looked pretty good. We can see here we have a problem. Let's see if we can bring that close into the middle here. Okay. So I'm kind of just trying to space out these vertices a little bit better. We can also use the smooth brush for that. But I kind of want to keep the shape of the I want to keep the shape of the head. Using the smooth brush usually brings with it a certain, it kind of makes the surface smaller. It brings it closer together, which I don't want to do here. I want to keep the volume that I have. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Maybe we can do it here. Okay. Oh, we have a few bigger ones here. Okay, There you go. Move this over here. We can see how far it stretches out. Up here, it kind of was very, very, I guess, diagonal instead of straight to the middle. But that has a nice flow now. Perfect. I think we've sort of lined everything up now. Let's sort of see if we can smooth some surfaces here. I mean, some areas, make it, nice and round. Here we can see we have basically a straight line. So I'm going to pull this out a little bit more. Create a nicer curve. And that's basically the head shape. Now that we have more vertices in the middle, what we can basically do is we can select all this and we can use grid fill and we can fill this up. There you go. I like to use the middle line here and line it up with the middle of the head, right, like this, going all the way through, all the way to the end. So this is a nice distribution. We can still see it's flat, but we can also change that in the sculpt. So that's the, well, we can maybe pull it out a little bit, like this. Just a little bit, there you go. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so the geometry is optimized, let's say. Let's put it onto the character and add some more detail to it. First of all, before we do that though, let's actually go in here and add solidification, not with a modifier, but just doing it using Alt-E. Hold on. There you go. Alt-E to extrude along normal. Be going out, no, in, like this, not too far, just like that much. Add a nice thickness to it. Maybe that's too much. That much. Then we select this edge right here and we do it again along normal, just to create some more thickness here. We can then apply the shrink wrap subdivision modifier again. And we can go in here and add a little bit of sharpening. To this edge here to make a nice brim. There you go. Okay. I think that's pretty cool. We could do the same on the outside here. Let's see what that looks like. There you go. Okay, well that didn't really do much. There you go, that's better. I think that's pretty cool. It kind of adds this nice clean ending. We can maybe also go in here, select the middle piece, add another crease right here or another cut. We select these faces here and then we extrude. And then, well, we can also extrude them along normals inwards. You maybe already know what I want to do. And then we do the same that we've done for the brim on the outside. We select these. Make them nice and sharp. There you go. These small details can help a lot as well. We could also select this edge and then use G to move them along the edge just downwards so we can make the crease basically sharper. Will not be that visible probably. It looks pretty good. Okay, we added to the wrong edge. The sharpness. There you go. That's pretty good. I like it. We could also make the outer rim a little bit sharper if we... I think I like it more when it's when it's a little bit rounder. There you go. Okay. We could do the same here on the inside. I think that'll help. like this. Actually not to there. There you go. Maybe not too much. There you go. We could also add another cut right here to add some details. 2 maybe. Like this. Getting very close. And then selecting this edge here and scaling it inwards just slightly to create another cut like this. I think that looks pretty cool. We can then select these edges again and make them sharper. There you go. Okay, I think that's all we really need to do here. We can now add it back to the character and finish the look. Good thing is the pivot point is still in the same position, so we can basically just, first of all, call it hat final. There you go. Bring it into the final collection, and then we select the hat that he's wearing right now. And we use the good old align tools to replace it with the new one. We can hide the base mesh. And now we can work with the final version. Okay. Let's add some details. You can see here we have some smaller creases right there that can probably make the overall look similar to the mask. Make it look more, you know, realistic, not perfectly smooth. No hat is perfectly smooth. So, at least no, I guess, canvas hat. So we need some more detail here. Where are we? Okay, let me look at some other references. Let's see if we have better references for the hat. Oh, there's an interesting one. This is interesting. I think that's what I want to actually adopt. You can see here, for the reference, it is actually cloth being wrapped over the top piece. You can see it there, how it kind of clumps together right there. I think that could be pretty cool, adding that to this scope as well. Let's see if we can see the in-game model as well, just to kind of see the comparison between in-game and cosplay. Oh, this one's pretty good. You can see it here as well, I think. You can see definitely some wrinkles here on the outside. That is definitely one I want to add. And then here on the hat, just some overall folds. So let's begin with those. I think what I want to do actually is just overall move the hat closer to the head. Just so that it's actually resting on the head, not just floating around it. There you go, that's better. This force field that is holding it in place around his head. Or his magic spell. He doesn't like wearing hats, but if he has to, he at least doesn't want it to rest on his head. So he uses a levitation spell. There you go, okay. Let's create these outer wrinkles first. I think we need more resolution though, because if you look at it, maybe we can work with that. It's quite big though. Yeah, we can't really do much. See? It doesn't really change the height too much. Oh, I know why. Because we had a subdivision modifier applied. Using the subdivision modifier, we cannot sculpt with the current subdivision level. We can only sculpt with the lowest level, so this one. But if we use multi-resolution, we can. First of all, what I want to do is I want to bring the head back over the face. There you go. Here we can't really bring it all the way to the face, but I think it's close enough. Okay, so this is not enough resolution for wrinkles, so let's add one more. I think that should be enough for the most basic ones. I also want to make sure that I don't have front faces only enabled, because I also want to affect the bottom part, if I can. See, if I now do this, it also affects the back, or the back basically, which I like. Wait, is symmetry enabled? Why? Why is symmetry always enabled? I don't need it. I don't need your help, okay? I can work for myself. Go. There you go. Okay, I think, of course, it's pretty rough. Well, that's exactly what we want, because we want to detail them later with more resolution. First of all, we want to just set the base deformation, I guess you could call it. Let's go to the top here. Wait, I have... oh no. Where's my reference? There it is. Okay. Let's add these big folds here on this side. There you go. Okay, that's a good start. We can add some more here, make this sharper. These folds are actually on both sides, we have to keep that in mind. You can see it on the other side as well. So let's add those. Okay, I think the top looks pretty clean. Not really too much to add there. Maybe some general sort of deformations to make it less perfectly round. For the back, I don't know if I have a good back shot. Let's see. Let's see. Well, not really. I have one. No. Okay. It doesn't really seem like there's too much in the back, but we could probably just create some general deformation here. There you go, that should be good enough. Okay. Let's go one layer higher. Maybe we need more, maybe we don't need more, we'll see. Setting it to 3. And let's give it some more detail. Just a little bit more. Right here. There you go. Intersecting sort of wrinkles here. Going on this side here. I'll just kind of give it some more depth, some more detail, making them sharper. Very simple. And there you go. Let's go to these wrinkles here. They are quite smooth right now and they are quite sharp in the reference. So let's give them a little bit more love. We might even need to go even higher with this. We'll see. Probably. You can see it doesn't really deform that well. Okay. What we could do is we could go to the outside part here, to the brim, and just make the brim part a little bit rounder. Let's see what that looks like. If we just do this here, I think that could help make it look more natural. Like this, just rounding it off a little bit. Yeah. Okay, just to kind of give it this more organic feel, because no surface is perfectly straight or perfectly smooth. So doing this here can probably help in making this look more natural. So you can see the perfectly straight edge. I kind of want to bring that back to something more smooth, like this. We can probably do that for this seam line in the middle as well. On the edge of the brim, or on the outside part. Right here. This. There you go. Nice and smooth. Just kind of making these edges a little bit more, yeah, smooth. There you go. Okay. Okay. There you go. Maybe the brim can be a little bit smoother. I think it's a little bit too strong right now. Just kind of smoothing it out a little bit can probably help. It looks too wobbly for my taste. Okay, that's better. Yep. Okay. You know what? We're gonna go one higher. Just so I can finalize this fold right here. Only for this fold I'm gonna go that high. There you go. There you go. Okay, have a good one. David. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you for joining. Have a good one. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. There you go. Okay. And we have the final hat. Look at him. Isn't he gorgeous? Oh, that's, well, not this one. Well, number 4. There you go. This one. Okay, so now all that is left are these pieces here. These pieces of cloth that need to be wrapped around the hat. And then this sort of ornamental stuff. And then we're done with the hat. Those are some smaller pieces that we, that are not really that interesting to model, I think. I think I'm going to do those off stream. And then we can tomorrow go into the glaive part. We can begin the glaive. For the glaive, there aren't really super good references, which is a problem, of course. But I think what we have here with this one, we can see the details, we can see the main sort of the main body of the scythe, and then the details on top. We can see with this, with the, where is it? Where's my concept art? There it is. With this one, you can see this is basically like a side view from it. It's probably not perfect, but at least it gives us a good, like a good perspective on it from the side. So we can see the silhouette and sort of the shape of the blade, for example. So we're gonna go into the scythe tomorrow. What we can do here in the end, maybe we can kind of create a small base for him to stand on. So we don't need the plane anymore. Let's create a better base. Let's just add a good old sphere. Shouldn't take too long. Sphere, cylinder. Da-da-da. It's probably a little bit too far back, forward. That's better. Make sure that it's not, that we can still see the shoes. That's probably pretty good here. There you go. Let's refine it a little bit. So I think what I want to look at is the trailer to see what sort of environment they show off the Reaper. I think it's some sort of cold environment. We can probably see it in the screenshots that I have here. Probably, where is it? There it is. So this is the snowy environment that I mean. We can't really see too much. We can see some shadows here. It's all white. Maybe we can find something better, like this one here. Let's look at the trailer real quick, just to kind of see what environment we're kind of given. What is it? Oh yeah, Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker Reaper. So many words. Okay. Okay, so this one is not actually burning. It is more some weird, like some scorched earth, I guess, with some burning enemies in the background. We of course have the Wraith behind her. We could actually, I think that's a cool environment. This sort of rubble in the back and then some spears hanging out, some swords. I think that could look pretty cool. Sort of indicating that, you know, he sort of killed all of them. I think this sort of snowy environment looks kind of boring. I think this, you know, this more broken down and destroyed environment looks cooler. This one here. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Let me sit down real quick. Okay. Let's, you know, give it some more love here. I think what I want to do here first is I want to make it slightly smaller. That's probably better. I want to make it a base, so I probably will make it sort of wider here. Do it again. You know what? No, hold on. We can actually move it outwards a little bit more, so I can then split it in half. Hold on, before we do that, I'm going to scale it. Like this. And then do this. And then we can just extrude it along normals to make it a slightly wider base. There you go. Perfect. Want to make sure that these vertices here are aligned and still at the bottom, which is correct. Nice. Okay, I think that's a good base. It might be too big. Maybe that's better. Is that too big? Maybe not. If we add the wraith and all that, might be pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Yeah. Okay. Let's add some rubble to the scene. Just some small details. So, let's see. This is the base. Let me just rename it. Let's call it base. Block out. Okay. Wrong collection, as always. Okay. So what do we have here? How should we add the rubble? We could maybe use some old pieces here. No. I think they all kind of look very distinct. This one we could maybe use, but I would rather not. So let's create some new rubble. We can, I guess, just use a cube and just create some displacements here. Let's create different versions of this. So that's the first one. And we make one that looks like this. Okay. Then we can make one that looks like, let's see. What if we do this? Okay. And then one more for now. There you go. Okay, let's displace all these. Let's see what it looks like with displacements. Interesting. Let's add a texture. What do we have here? Something pretty simple. Noise is probably too boring. Oh, noise doesn't even work really. What about Voronoi? Looking for a nice texture here. Minkowski. Minkowski doesn't really look that great. Chebychev. We probably need some more resolution here. Okay. That looks pretty cool, but probably maybe not on this sphere. You know what? Hold on. Link modifiers, copy modifiers. There you go. Okay. Maybe we can combine displacements. So we're going to keep this there for now. Let's add another one. New texture. Texture 2. So what do we have here? We have Chebychev again. Nope. Maybe we could use waves. Or no, it's called wood for some reason. Interesting. What is that? Okay. This looks pretty cool, but it's not really what I want. Let's decrease the strength a little bit. Okay. It looks pretty cool, but it's a little bit too strong. But what is too strong? That's the question here. Why is it so... Ah. Oh. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Let's see what we can do with this. Oh. Okay. Nabla, whatever that is. Hard. Oh. Hard looks a little bit too hard for my taste. Try. Nope. Actually, try. No. We can use sign. Band noise. Looks pretty good to me. Let's copy it over to the other ones just so you can see what it looks like on those as well. Okay. Looks like a brain or like a walnut. Let's see if we can do some more changes here. Let's use another displacement. And use a new texture. And we use clouds and make it a little bit bigger. Wait, oh, hold on. Texture 3, right? Oh, okay. Okay, now we need to save what we had before, because I destroyed it. Hold on. Size. Turbulence. Okay. Why is it? Oh, of course. Okay. We might even need to move it over here. That's probably better. Okay, that's better. Yeah. Let's go back to the noise. Change the size a little bit. Okay. It's getting weirder and weirder. It's not really changing the shape though. I wonder why. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh wow, that's getting big. Maybe we should reduce the strength here. Okay. There you go. Let's copy it to the other ones and then we can vary them a little bit. We can maybe just disable some of them or remove them. Okay. That's kind of boring. That's better. Okay. You know, we can use this probably as a block out rubble. We probably don't need 6 resolution though. Let's set it to 5. Okay. Let's block out sort of the rubble here in the bottom part. right here. Okay, I kind of want to keep it right on the edge, so you have enough room for him and the wraith. There you go. Maybe create a nice transition here to the front with these pieces, make them bigger and smaller and just kind of create some variation. There you go. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Let's add a few more sticks into it so it looks more like weapons and some, you know, some destroyed armor or whatever. Just add a few sticks here. What about cubes? Perfect. Let's add a cut right there, 2 or 3, to just make it, you know, look more broken, I guess you could say. There you go. And then we have a nice little background here for the space. Of course, this is only a block out, so we can still change it however we want, but at least we have a good base for whatever we want to do with it. We could change it completely, but I think that's a good start. Okay, there it is. Okay, and then once we have the dude hanging over his shoulder, oh, let's add the cape. Otherwise, he looks kind of naked. Oh, it's not called cape, it's cloak. There it is. That's the wrong one. There it is. Yeah, once we add stuff like the wraith, we have filled this spot up here. And I think that'll look pretty cool. Welcome back, Zachary. Hope you enjoyed your day. Yeah, we finished the mask today. We also finished the... oh, hold on. Let's bring in everything that we have here. What was the other one? Color. There you go. Okay. So we finished basically all the pieces except for the small details here up top. I'm just going to do those off stream. Tomorrow we're going to begin with the glaive. We're going to do the glaive tomorrow. We're going to start with it. Blocking it out, and then of course, you know, we'll see how far we can get. So we can finish that probably this week. And then we're going to do the wraith next week. And then hopefully that's going to be it for the model. Maybe we can, you know, add some textures as well. We'll see. Let's see if there's anything that I haven't enabled. Final. Looks like everything's here. Perfect. Oh, what is this? Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, there you go. The final version for the armor. We will do, yeah, the glaive tomorrow. And then next week we'll do, well, maybe not next week. Maybe we're going to work on the glaive a little bit more next week. And then we will go to the wraith. There you go. Okay. Now that we have some environment here, looks kind of more appropriate, like a figurine. Yeah, okay. That's gonna be it for today. You came in a little bit late. There's nothing more we need to do today, but at least you were able to see the finished version. Of course, everything is sort of low res right now because it's easy to handle in the viewport. But once everything is in full high resolution, yeah, we're gonna render it in high resolution. So yeah, the head is done, everything's done except for the details. So yeah, the glaive will come tomorrow, and then on Thursday, of course, we have another feedback session. I don't know how long that's going to take, so maybe we can, you know, work on the glaive a little bit more. We'll see. Of course, if you want to submit your own pieces to the feedback session, join Discord if you haven't, and then submit your own so that we can look at it on Thursday. But this will be it for today. Thank you for joining, thank you for watching, thank you for listening or chatting. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Maybe I'll see you next time. But until then, take care.